Guys, I'm outside today. Welcome to Number 9 Farms. I'm Dawn and I am in the garden and I'm planting a lot of things today that I can finally get out here. The last frost date, it was June 2nd, typically, but this year I think it's changed to like May 21st or May 28th, something like that, or in between it said. But anyways, I wanted to show you guys, I'm hardening off now my peppers that I've had in my greenhouse, and this is just a few of them. There's still a ton more to go. Let me turn it around again. Here is the comfrey and yarrow, anise, hyssop, sage, parsley, oregano, and of course chives. And you can see that they're trying to flower, and that's what I'm waiting on. And then I've got some thyme right down there. But here's what I'm doing today. So I grew the gourds in the greenhouse, and what it is that these are the small, ow, my goodness, I'm sorry. It's the mosquitoes are just brutal out here. I've sprayed, but that's okay. As my husband says, they gotta eat too. And that's what Cody said. Mama would let the ticks crawl all over her and say, well, they gotta eat too. Come on up, little baby. Cody, he's always getting me like that. So anyways, these two are the small fancy gourds that I grew in the greenhouse. I started them in March because here they're such a short growing season. So I tried to start them based on somebody told me this is what to do. So I'm taking their advice and we're going to see how this goes. So come along today if you'd like. Well guys, look at this. I had to step back and admire everything. Okay, so what I did was I've got those small fancy gourds in the back growing up the thing, and you can see how tall they are. But now I put the loofahs here on the front, and I know they get bigger than this, but I've got to use what I have because if I wait around, if I wait around, it might not happen. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go with it now. Now I'm gonna go down to the greenhouse, the big greenhouse, and I'm going to take and go down there, and I'm going to take and fertilize the garlic and the onions. So I'm going to plant some flowers too, but he had to take the wand down there so I could help water the other things for this right now. But I'm going to plant them right in the front. And also he's cleaning out the quail cage. So that's another job done today. Woohoo! So I'm over here now with the onion and garlic beds that are over here that we made up last fall. And I'm kind of like pulling some of the weeds as I go. And putting out a side dressing the ammonium sulfate that is from Dixondale Farms. And here is the onions, and you can see how good they're looking. Look closer. These are the ones I planted just I don't know what day it was, but I made a video, so I'll have to go back and look at and there's the old nettle. I got stung with a bunch of them yesterday, and I knew they were nettle, but I thought I could sneak in, but I was wrong. Couldn't sneak in. Because when I told Bruce, I was like, I really got to get some thicker gloves. Something that is very good for thickness, and not because I still have that pain from that nettle. But I asked for it. And you know, that's what's so funny is they used to use nettle for well, they probably still do, but people would actually roll down the hills where the nettle would be so that they could get stung by it because it helped their arthritis. But I get it, because the whole time you're sitting there, all your brain can think about is the pain from the nettle. So, but look how tall that garlic is. You can see there is my leg, and it's all the way up to my hip. So, and this plastic on the vent up, it's so beautiful. I just can't believe it, finally. And it's hot in there. I think I got one more thermometer in the garage. I can get that out and put in there. But I just wanted to show you what I was doing. So, and I'm so excited about it. I just can't get over how good they all look. And like I said, this was all recycled soil that we had taken out of the plants from like the tomato buckets and the pepper buckets. And then we added our compost to it, which our compost pile is definitely hot. So it's a good one. And it's looking really good. And then of course we added a lot of rabbit poo because that's what we use for fertilizer. And of course some of these things too, whatever, commercialized fertilizers. So that's the old school in me, going with what, you know. Oh, look at here. It looks like we're getting some more growth. Look at that. This is beautiful. And I think I'm going to have some big garlic. And the garlic is music. So if you want to get that for next year, or this year, should I say. But it would be harvested next year. Okay, so I got it all done. All watered in. If not, I've only done one bed. So, it looks so good. Let me show you. You can see I side dressed everything, pulled all the weeds out, and watered them really well. And within about a week, these things are going to jump. They love nitrogen. They're heavy feeders, so they love sulfur too. And that's what's in the ammonium sulfate. See? Dusty came to help weed, so that's a...
Out of my pure heart.
He helped Bruce roll up all the plastic. The doorknob on the greenhouse, which I specifically asked for a doorknob and a door, because on my last high tunnel it didn't have a doorknob or a front that was good, and it constantly was fixing plastic and stuff on the high tunnel. So I specifically said I want a door. And
I'm a fast learner.
The door, you won't even believe it, when we added the door on, it was like $750 for this door. So, and then right out of the box, the doorknob was broke. And Gare Bear, my son-in-law, he fixed the door, and he put the old doorknob from the house.
So we can lock the greenhouse, but not our house. So there's where our priorities are. Lock the plant, and you can have the house.
So, and there's that roof vent again. But it's really hot in there, and it's amazing. So the tomatoes are going to love it. But I wanted to tell you guys that Dusty made finals for, and you can tell the stats.
300 meter hurdle. Got fourth. Got 49.57 or 52. 52.
And you beat the other guy
By like 0.5 seconds.
0.5 seconds. So Lacey says, well, if I'm out there running, I'm going to run past the other guy as fast as I can.
I did. That's how I...
And when like Dusty says, well, that's what I did.
Yeah, the last 100 meters.
Oh, can you imagine the adrenaline in that? Oh.
Yeah, I can. It's really...
Yeah, I know you can. But I'm just thinking about myself. Even when I watch the shows. Exactly. When I watch the shows on the guys who climb the mountains, and the girls, not to say either way, just an all around there, everybody who climbs the mountain, I just I start crying because I feel their joy and their happiness and their accomplishment from climbing the mountain. And because I like watching those shows that are movies or real life documentaries on hiking and doing large mountains. It's just such an adrenaline rush. And I've had that adrenaline rush too in my life. So you see where the deer tracks are that they've walked through the.
That's where that is.
Yup. What a feeling that it's all done. So it's all been weeded, ammonium sulfate out, and watered. So now I can go back over to the other greenhouse. Yeah, I can do that too, but I got to finish other things right now. I got to go finish in the greenhouse and stuff. And I got to go back and change the laundry over. Just wanted to show you guys the peas and how these were all my saved seeds for the peas. And look at this. And that's parsley. And in the middle, I just stuck some onions, but it doesn't look like they're going to do so well, but some of them are. The others I'm just going to pull out and replant. Just to have somewhere to put them, because I've run out of space. Look at that, though. They're so beautiful. They're doing so good. And like I said, this is I usually do more. Just didn't happen this year, but that's okay. Positivity. So this out here is my porch, but what I've got to do is I've got to get ready too. But like what I have all these water jugs for is, you see the milk jugs, they're like everywhere. I have those to fill up for the plants downstairs that are in the basement. So because out here is a spigot, he's hooked that up so that it does not go into it doesn't have any salt in it from the system. The septic, not the septic system, the system for your plants, your water system. So like if you had like some kind of name brand type thing, but if not, your water smells like sulfur or whatever, so you have you use a salt system, I guess is what I'm trying to get out. I can't even say. But okay, since we have a well. All right, so then if you have like water from the city, you never want to use city water, because it has all those chemicals in it and chlorine and stuff. And what you want to do is, if you do have chlorine, what you can do is let it sit for 24 hours. And then that way the chlorine will evaporate for your plants. I just wanted to tell y'all that, because I know some know, and I also know some are growing plants for the first time. So I just wanted to, share that little tip. And that's the reason that the jugs are out here, because this part that's hooked up here is straight from the well and not through the system. Say hello. Hello. All right, so I'm going to use my seeds from last year that I saved for the marigolds, and these are zinnias. And I'm going to be they're called Candy Stripe, I think. Yeah, Candy Stripe. So I'm going to be planting them out there. And yesterday, for the first time, I played the lottery, which is the first time I've ever played the lottery in Michigan. I did play it in Virginia a couple times. Got a tick? Oh boy. But I won $5. I was hoping for more, but I'll take it. So, okay, so we are finally getting I can't even talk now. The quail cage fixed, because the doors have been broke, but of course it's been winter and it's been hard, and I've been doing all the work, of course, for it, and I've had to fill the waters up like 5 times a day, because the what do you call it? The automatic watering system has been broke. So we finally ordered the parts for it, and I didn't know that they had shop pay, where you could pay the little bit of money each week or whatever, or every 2 weeks. And I wouldn't have had to wait this long if I'd known that. I could have got it sooner and not been so difficult. Every day I'm out here 5 and 6 times a day putting little water in their cups. I had little metal cups for them. So it's now all cleaned up and fixed, and here's all the new parts for it. And all the quail, they mate for life, so they're in boxes right here, so that, and numbered, so that I would know which one they go back into. But we're gonna build another cage because we want to be able to let them be out on grass and stuff. But you got to build it. They either have to be in these small cages, or they have to be in one more than 6 foot tall or 6 foot tall, right?
Yeah, or they'll break their neck.
Or they'll break their necks because they fly up and break their necks. So that's the reason that they stay in these smaller areas. So
1 foot or 6 foot.
yeah, and that's why. But they do produce really well, and I know it sucks that they're in a cage, but it's the only other way to do it without, when we first got here to build something. But it's taking time. We're getting there, right? Came in and made a beef stir fry, all from leftovers. So pretty good for a Sunday, and not having anything left to cook in the refrigerator without taking stuff out or staying in the kitchen working. The dogs are on the ground, and look. Okay, Dusty, I'll go get it. We're trying to find coconut aminos, but I wanted to show you. Look, the dove is even up. There's that big woodpecker. He just showed up. And I just filled up the hummingbird feeder again. But look, it's already time to fill the Oriole feeder. Morning, everyone. It is now Monday morning, and there's a deer in the field. Just laying there. He must have been getting them corn snack. Mr. Salt's got the front part of the corn planted. And his pumpkins, but he grows his pumpkins in his front yard around the corner. But it's getting ready to pour down, so I thought I'd better get out here and get everything done before it started to. I've already got everything done. Today everything is going a lot faster because the quail, I didn't have to, fill each cage out with water with the new water fixed. So the meat birds are ready to eat. Woohoo! I think this is probably about their last week. Oh my goodness, the mosquitoes are bad. Then some chicken legs from our homegrown chicken. One is from 22 because it's 9/26 was the date. And then here's one 10/23. So then these were last year's legs. So that's going to be dinner tonight. Look at this, you guys. I just happened to look out the window and look. 2, 3 over there across the pond. Oh, wait a minute. There's 4. It's another one. Okay. You can barely see the one by the flagpole. Oh my goodness. Wow. Isn't that just beautiful? Little robin jumped up on the rock. They come for that sweet little tall grass. Yeah. It's been raining all morning. I can't believe Rosie hasn't heard them or even smelled them, I guess. Well, guys, it's Monday. I've already told you that, of course, but anyways, I'm finally getting myself together here. I'm going to go ahead and cook the legs on the smoker today. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that too. So I'm going to go ahead and I've got the pans all ready to go, and I'm going to go ahead and load up the smoker. And I won't be able to take the video out there because I've got the music turned up really loud in the greenhouse, so that to keep any of the deer out that I showed you guys. That's like been my trick. To if I play the music loud enough, maybe they'll stay away. But because I don't want them coming up there eating my stuff. But I know they got to eat too. I think it's raining again. All right, so we're gonna be making some candles today. And this is, of course, where also I make all my body products here. I've got all the essential oils and all those things. And this is the stove that I usually water bath can and make the candles. So we're going to start off by pouring the molds right here. And I'm going to get the wax hot right here. But I'm excited. Let's get going. Let's get started. When you see all that little stuff right here, that's because I don't have a closet in this entire house. So just imagine your life without a closet. And that's what we had back in our the first house that we rented in North Carolina. Because he was from North Carolina. So, needless to say, I was from Newport News, Virginia. So we rented this house in North Carolina, not far from where he originally grew up and everything. So when we rented this house, it had no closets because it was from the late 1700s. And it was hot in the summer, cold in the winter, and it had slats that you could literally vines grew in the summertime. So anyways, here we are. I said I'd never live in a house that had no closets. Here I am. Never say never. But anyways, first thing you want to do is you want to get your pan with some water in there, enough so that it can get hot. And you've got your wax already broke up inside here, and you're going to do like a double boiler method here. And this is one of these induction plates, I guess you want to call them, that I've literally had for probably like when they first came out, or at least when I first saw them. I got it at Walmart one day for like $50. And a couple times I thought it was on its verge of not working, and then it surprised me. So it kept on going, and here we are today, still using it. So I've got like these tools here that you see. These are things that I make sure that sometimes if cardboard or stuff is still left in it, so I use these to like dig it out. And then this is what I use for my wicks, and that is a hog's hair brush. You want to have a hog's hair brush because of the fact that it gets hot enough, it can take the heat and not melt, because certain things that they might be a synthetic type. So, and I store all the molds upside down. And you guys that have watched my candle videos before, I know I've said duplicates of everything, but in case you're new here and you want to know things like this, so you want to store them the way they come is so you can see they come like that. And so they pull apart. So when you store them, you want to always store them upside down, because you don't want dust or hair or debris, anything to get inside of them. So you store them upside down. I always write on them, and it's just a regular Sharpie, because I've had that question before. So that is and then of course the rubber bands. You want to keep the rubber bands on it because of the fact that you don't want it to lose shape. It, because there's been many a times I'm like, oh gosh, I got to put all this back. But it's just if you want to keep the mold in a healthy condition, that's what you want to do. And I don't have to ever really spray the mold, because I do get questions like that. Because they do have silicone sprays. I've got a phone call coming. Sorry about that. So we are now almost melted down. So what I do too is, and I've got the mold started, but you want to go in here and make sure that all your wax is melted, because if you don't have all your wax melted, what happens is it'll create air bubbles. So the air goes up underneath the wax, and causes it to. So when you're pouring, you can have like a air bubble in your pour. So I found that over the years, if you let the wax completely melt and then kind of let it sit for a minute, then all the air bubbles come out. So that's just another little tip. Because if you look in here now, you can definitely see the air bubbles. Let's see if I can put it in there so you can see it. Yeah, you can see the air bubbles, I hope. So anyways, and then right now I've got the mold, the first one here, already. I've just put the wick through the bottom, and then I use, and I know everybody does something different, but I use a needle to put through, and then like some lady suggested I use upholstery needles, which, not upholstery, but I guess it was, yeah, they are upholstery needles. So I got the upholstery needles, but I found it more difficult for me because I was so used to using this tatting. It was a tatting needle. It has a blunt end. So I've been using that for forever. But here, and I started pouring candles with my son, who's getting ready to be, let's see, he's 36 now. So yeah, so 36. So I started when he was 10 because he got a candle kit for Christmas one year. And I just kind of like snowballed. Let's make candles forever. In fact, back in those days, if you looked in the Norfolk Trading Post, you could get people's like from the 70s. They were selling all their candle molds and everything. You could have got that for like $200. And if I could just go back in time and like, because I thought, oh my God, $200, I couldn't afford that. Now if I could go back in time and bought those $200 molds, imagine the molds I could have had. But and then if you needed to spray the silicone, which I never do, you could spray the silicone in here. But I have found that like on this Raven one that I've got, it doesn't really need silicone sprayed on it, but like I don't like these molds as much because these are like the cheaper ones, and I find that everything sticks to them, like hair, just dust and stuff. So, but these I find that if you don't spray the silicone, so what you can do there, they do rinse out well and they get the dust out, but you could spray the silicone in because see, if you look, you can see up here its head, and that right there has to come out of this neck, and there's no way of opening it, because if you open it, and then you have to completely clamp everything off to be up. But I think that's what I'm going to do because it's been so difficult to get out. But you're supposed to be able to just roll these out, but that neck part is really hard to do. I think I've gotten like 2 out of pouring it several, many times. Like probably 10 times I've gotten maybe 2. So it's not a very good ratio. Let's check it out. Yeah, we're still not completely melted. And I have it on 400, but you don't want to have it on, because it's not getting 400 inside, of course, because then you would have a fire and everything else. It helps to melt, but usually like 375, I go back and forth. And that is it. So we're going to start to pour the molds. So on the wick, you want to, anything 3 inches or more, it gets a 60 ply. Or what I usually do is I write on the bottom the wick, what the size is the wick, so I don't have to think about it. So there's the 2.20, whatever you want to call it. And that has, so I have a whole box and I keep all the stuff together so that I don't have to worry about it and have to look for it or search for it. But and I always write on the wick size here too, because when it comes, this is all it comes like, and so you want to make sure. And the last time I looked, I didn't even see that they were selling the 500. So I bought this in September of 2020, and you still see how much I have on there. and I've made a lot of candles. So you just want to, what I do is I just take and measure up and then cut it, put the needle in. I didn't want to forget to tell you this part, so that you could see, because this really helps. If you know, a lot of us are visual, so if we see it, it's easier to understand than if I sit here and talked about it. And then I always use these same pliers. I keep these in the box, so I have them every time when I do candles. So, and Wednesday is my farmer's market. So anyways, that's that. And then I have a bag full of wick holders. So you put the wick holder in and hold it. Can you see? Okay, I'll show it to you. And of course, you always, before you pour, you want to make sure it's centered. Okay, all right. Okay, so here we go. And now, what I wanted to show you, before we get, so I forget. Most of the time I start off, since it's so much wax in the pot, I go ahead and start off pouring the biggest thing I got to pour. And sometimes, like, if you get a little air pocket, you just tap on the mold as you're doing it, and that'll help to get rid of some of those air pocket that might have went in there while I was pouring. All right, and then you can tap too with the chopstick. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this one too while I'm right here, because it really makes it easy to pour, and then just tap it. And same thing. I know you guys don't want to see all this, and I hope you can even see. Oh, okay. And I have several of these bee molds. Looks like I might have to pour that one again, because I saw something go in it. And sometimes you can't control what is on the wax, or even when you filter it, sometimes it doesn't always filter out clean. You could get a bee leg, you could get a little bee body sometimes. I know, I filter it, but it still happens. It still happens. So, and a lot of times what I'll do for those is I just, I'll either dig it out if it's in there, or I remelt it. And I've also even had them where the molds like this, or that are solid, the cylinders, or what do you want to call it, pillar type. I've even sold them like that with the bee leg in front of it, and I just tell them, you know, there's a bee leg. It's natural. It's gonna happen. Look at that. Woohoo! All right, go ahead, Dust.
They all the same. But like, look, you gotta get closer.
Yeah.
Some like.
I got a couple.
Nicki Minaj silicone versus Virgin.
Dusty got his medals from regionals the other day.
Tight.
Alright, so that's what I got did. Gosh, I am really out of it today. And all these salves done. And I'm making some of the sweet potato pancakes. I've got the tapioca starch, and this what's left of this. Well, there's not none left now. I finished it off. So that was like, so I'm making some pancakes. Rosie wants out. Guys, I just wanted to tell you thanks so much for watching. I know it's not the greatest video today, but I want to start a new one because I got some things I want to show you guys on what I'm doing next. But today is also the meet for the last meet for the track team at the school, and it's actually a home game, so that's wonderful. So I got to be there at 1 o'clock today, so I got to really hustle to get things done here. So I knew I wouldn't have time to do anything else. But those pancakes were delicious, and of course the maple syrup. It's the best. So, and what else is that? And everything is doing good. We've got a lot of things going on right now. We've been getting some of the house plants out of the house, which that's been a really, really big undertaking. And then I think to myself, you know something? I think I want to just sell all these house plants. And as much as I love them, don't get me wrong, I love them, love them, love them. But honestly, I'm like, this time of year is really hard for me to take care of them and stuff, and I'm struggling to take care of them, cook a dinner. Now starts the farmer's market tomorrow, first farmer's market of the year on Wednesday. So, and then still get processed foods and everything else. And we got to babysit on Friday again. I can't wait. That's always exciting. Amelia sent me pictures today. It was so cute. Every day you can see how they're changing. It just makes me so happy. We got the fig trees out of the house today, and now that our zone has changed, I can plant 2 of the fig trees. And I was going to take the persimmon tree to Colton, and I said that it was a 5 to 9 zone or something. So I'm like, okay, we can plant that one too then. So we're going to plant that one. But Colton will probably get the other 2 fig trees for sure. Because if I can haul the trailer back to North Carolina, he could get those fig trees from me because they're huge. But other than that, I think everything seems to be going good. I've got some tomato powder in the dehydrator right now, so that's going on. And I've still got a lot of stuff to clean up and get put away, but I'm working on it. But I can only get a little bit done. Plus, I need to be making some earrings for the farmer's market tomorrow. So what I'll probably do is, as we're driving, because I pick him up, he's going to leave work early, and he's already got it cleared and everything. He's going to lose money, of course, but I can't do it myself. Not even close. I mean, it's just too much heavy lifting, and it's just hard stuff. So, we'll see. What else do I have to tell you guys? Okay, so the thing I got to show you next, I will keep that a secret until tomorrow. So I just wanted to tell you how much I love you guys and how much everything. I'm so glad you're here, and just wanted you to know that I'm always thinking about you guys. Or something says, oh yeah, I wonder about that. I wonder about who. I wonder about what they're doing, things like that. So, I better go. Thanks for watching. Bye.